Should almost be finished unless we have a break. Oh yeah, we had a bit of a pause. But timing is still somewhat fine. And this is it, last game of the semifinals. Let's see who's gonna play in the finals. And look at that, the smoked Kira and the smoked Earthshake gonna run into each other immediately. I think, wait, does Vlaiko know that there's a ward placed though, since, yeah, he knows. They did realize that, since when one support carries both wards, you can kind of pull shenanigans. Even if your smoke gets procced, you can still place one ward, and if you do it at the right time, but that was kind of obvious from Jakiro, so insta D-ward there. And yeah, right now this draft looks pretty interesting. It's gonna be one of those drafts where not a lot's gonna happen early on, which means not a lot to talk about for me, but once this game kicks off, it's gonna be huge team fights. I'm definitely looking forward to them. Also, I'm already seeing a lot of Russians in the chat, so I am guessing Russian cast is still asleep. Can't blame, honestly, I'm not a morning person myself. It can be pretty annoying if you're forced to wake up this early. And Evil now taking a lot of damage. It's just gonna go down. Perfect body blocking, perfect pretty much everything. So a nice little start from Mongolz here, making sure that they get a good deal of momentum to start the game off with. The offlane Sand King's not gonna get too good of Blink Dagger timing. Lina vs Death Prophet would usually be a really quiet lane. Look at that fissure though. Baba Yaga just managing to sidestep it, put himself in a safe position. And I mean, if he would have been blocked in, it could have been his death. Because Death Prophet insanely good at running at people early on. There was support rotation, but talk about support rotations. Now a villain that is gonna get ran at. Darkseer, he's just having a really hard time right now. And it looks like the Sand King is gonna be playing quite a roaming style here. Gonna make as much happening as he can. By Retribution, even more farming space. But Facehugger also off to a good start on his Death Prophet. Baba Yaga being fissured in, but look at that. Two supports already in position to go into Facehugger instead. Facehugger's just dead here. Can Baba Yaga somehow? Yeah, easy. That was actually, you know, Facehugger, he's playing really calmly on his Lina. He's avoiding all of that damage, doesn't seem too surprised, doesn't seem to phased at any good fissure. Hi chat. Sup Odin is Lucy. I can't pronounce your name. Either way guys, hope you're having a great one. And Reggie, he's just jungling up. Mongols are exactly in the position they want to be in. Sven's getting good farm. Lina might be losing the lane by a tiny bit lasted wise, but that's fine because there were early kills. There is a good lot of experience onto Baba Yaga here. He's gonna have a really fast ultimate, which he can then put to use to kind of recover that momentum. And right now it's really up to Evos to try and make something happen. Proxy just messing with Darkseer's jungle to make sure he doesn't get too much out of this. This Darkseer just completely shut down. I mean, bottom lane is won. A lot of lasteds coming in for the Sven, and then his rune getting snatched, his jungle camps getting snatched.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And all I can tell you about Russian Cast is that he isn't online right now. We didn't get any heads up or anything, so he might just be oversleeping, and if that's the case, then he'll stream the game from Ticket as soon as he wakes up. He might have connection issues.
Denied.
And Facehugger now getting bullied by Proxy here. On the top lane though, Reggie seems to be in a bit of trouble. Actually went on to defend his tower, and that might cost him dearly. A lot of damage coming out onto Reggie, but Reggie's still alive. Instead, it's gonna be Tuhoi in a lot of trouble here. Body blocked in. No way of getting out of there. The pathing just gonna be a pain in the ass, and Tuhoi is gonna go down.
Extinguished.
Baba Yaga went down to the mid lane, but Reggie actually able to live there despite Weaver trying to commit for a kill now. Nice return kill there on the Lina, a much needed one for Evos. Darkseer finally able to recover his net worth, and let's take a look at the net worth chart here. Weaver is having a surprisingly good lane. Lina not quite going that well yet. A lot of experience on the Lina, but translating experience into gold is gonna be pretty annoying. Quite a difficult task. Retribution now, he knows he's gonna get dived here, but it's just gonna be fine. Managed to retreat in time. Sven, of course, super high armor, especially with the tower coming in there. He's got the ultimate up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
Radiant's middle tower
Why
is
start
under
so
attack.
early? Well, because in Southeast Asia it isn't all that early right now. That's why we're starting so early. This for the players is actually the best time to play Dota, like right after dinner, you know. So for me it's kinda annoying, for them it's more comfortable though, and there's only one caster and 10 players. I don't mind waking up early if it's gonna give us some good Dota. I'm just not quite awake yet. So okay, and it looks like Sankey is gonna get gone on. Death Prophet bringing in the damage there, and with the Iron Shell adding to that,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
they can just push down this bot tower. Not even a Death Prophet ultimate needed there. So Evos, they are slowly but surely recovering. In terms of momentum, the Sven isn't quite that big and scary yet. He's gonna need a lot. He's gonna need a lot of stacks and a lot of farm in general to make a good recovery here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And right now the question is only, can Sven snowball? Can Sven snowball hard enough? Meanwhile, Evos going for one kill after another, finding pretty much every kill they need.
Dire's top tower is
Sankey
under attack.
not quite having a good game here. Meanwhile, Fireboy is farming on the top lane, but it is still pretty close. Mongolz are still 1k ahead. They still have a big Sven, who as soon as he starts sitting at the top of net worth, is going to be able to turn this game around. If he starts sitting at, or if he actually gets to sit at the top of net worth, which it's kind of difficult feat to pull off. Sankey still alive there. Death Prophet actually not getting the attack off, as the slow was a little bit too much here, but now Proxy is about to go down, or can he live? The Lina is putting a lot of damage and is down to the Death Prophet, and this could be 2 for nothing here in favor of Mongolz if they play it right. A slow and painful skirmish, but in the end it works out for Mongolz here. Baba Yaga is gonna live. Meanwhile, Retribution just farming up. And that Death Prophet taking so many deaths is kind of
Radiant's
painful.
top tower is under attack.
It's actually really painful. Fireboy up on top lane having a good time. He's just getting so much farm in his favor, so much solo experience. And there isn't a whole lot of action going on yet. We're just gonna watch Sven farm for a while here, while Evos try to find a good fight, a favorable one.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Thank you, my beauties. Trust me, I know how to handle such power.
Evo, okay. That Earthshaker there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wait, they do have wards.
Dire's
Why did he?
structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I wonder why he went there. Maybe a bit of a communication mistake. Maybe he was trying to get a good setup going. Okay, Fissure in onto Sven. But Sven just barely able to juke out of there. Ice Blast is gonna connect, forcing Team Mongolz back here. And it looks like Fireboy is gonna try and start to actually deal some damage here and there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Good deny there from Fireboy. Still, this is gonna help Mongolz open up the map, which makes Sven's job of farming up easier. That means he's gonna face far less contestation. And he's gonna go blink into BKB here, so wants to fight somewhat early. Yes, chat, this is the same Mongolz lineup as yesterday.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I take that.
And Sven, he's gonna get his Blink Dagger going. Still farming at an insane rate. Meanwhile, Baba Yaga not quite doing so well and getting slam dunked up once again.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Middle tower getting pushed in here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so tier 1 trade for a tier 2 if Evos just get this tower without any casualties or, you know, any big other objectives being secured for Mongolz here. It's gonna be a pretty good objective here. High priority, allowing you to shut down the Sven, and they will commit the Death Prophet ultimate as they can see a contestation coming in. An attempt to defend here from Mongolz. Weaver immediately going down. Death Prophet still dishing out a lot of damage left and right, but not quite able to secure any kill as of yet. And now the Death Prophet herself is gonna go down. 2-0 yet in favor of Mongolz. Earthshaker getting the Fissure off, but is gonna take down too soon. Would have loved to be able to prevent that stun and get a kill on the Kiro there at the very least. But look at that, now all those losses from Evos. That Death Prophet ultimate did a little bit of damage to everything and everyone nearby, but that's not how you want to use that ultimate. If there's like 20 creeps to help you tank the damage and a Sven to give everyone armor to tank more of that ultimate damage, it's just kinda gonna be wasted.
A golden thread.
Okay, Vacuum Wall into an Ice Blast. And that's a dead Sven. Proxy now on the run. Is gonna live here though. He's gonna be fine, meaning Mongolz are still the dominant team. The Sven kill there was kind of significant, because now all cores are kind of the same net worth. That's not how Sven operates. Sven has like a huge margin on his... Sven has like a huge margin on the other cores if he wants to succeed. And And Baba Yaga now gonna go for a Shadow Blade on the Lina. Getting some right click going. Did a great job at securing so many kills of, you know, people who think they can just barely get away. Really putting that nuke damage to some good use. And Retribution, this guy's just insanely fat. Gonna go for the Echo Saber now to cleave people down.
Regeneration.
Thank you, my beauties.
So, Facehugger doing a pretty decent job. Meanwhile, Firebye, I think he's just gonna go finish off his Lincolns here and then go into a Desolator if he feels like it. It does seem kind of important to get that Desolator online. And it looks like on the top lane, now Darkseer is going to be in a lot of trouble. There comes the Lina ultimate just to make sure he will not be able to get any spells off. No vacuum wall combo there. Not even a quick Iron Shell before he goes down. Death Prophet ultimate now committed, but Team Evos, they don't even want to fight this, it seems. Sand King just doing the front lining there. Got an entire team behind him, and
Dire's top tower is under attack.
now the top tier 1 tower
Dire's structures are fortified.
slowly but surely getting hit down. The problem here is Evos, they kind of need to fight, but they kind of don't want to with the Sven. The perfect engagement would be Evos finding 2 people with a smoke gank or something, killing those 2 off, and then forcing Mongolz to either rotate in or lose a big objective. Because if Sven comes in, you want to have at least a couple other heroes out of the fights to make sure that you can focus the damage easily, that the Death Prophet ultimate can be a reliable tool for killing people off. And Baba Yaga, this guy's getting really damn fat, especially considering that there's Sven, who you'd usually want to focus the farm on, but Sven is doing well. Maybe it's not quite perfect that Lina and Sven are kind of splitting all of that gold, but at least this way Mongolz are in a safer spot if they are forced in a bad fight. If Sven goes down, if Sven gets ganked, you still got another core to at least deliver damage to the team fight. Since Venomancer, he is a pretty strong hero, but not all that good when it comes to fast damage onto somebody. His ultimate can force the enemy to disengage. Oh, look at that. Evil getting found on the top lane, and top lane now being pushed in a bit. Not all that much, but if there was nobody coming in, it could have been a lot of damage on the high ground, with the Lina machine gunning away at the tower.
I deserve this.
So now Roche's gonna go down at a decent rate here. There's armor reduction, there's a lot of physical damage. 4-man Ice Blast coming out, but there is a pipe, so I don't really think that Team Mongolz even mind that much. And Evos, they did want to contest it, but coming in a bit too late here. Maybe they can still get them on the retreat. I mean, at least now Evos are initiating on their own terms. But Sven has an Aegis, and you don't really want to fight Sven with Aegis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, and it looks like Evos, they're really not forcing any dominance here. I wonder if that's a strategical decision or if they're just too afraid of losing a fight right now. I mean, Evos are kinda sitting near their objectives trying to protect those, while Mongolz is farming and pushing on every lane whenever they feel like it. Both Sven and Lina getting more and more fat. Lina went for the TP boots, and look at that. Earthshake tried to just stun her up to allow Darkseer a chance to go on him. Underestimated the damage from the Lina there, and is gonna pay with his life for it. Sand King meanwhile juking it out, getting away. This bottom tier 2 now being besieged, and what Evos need to come back here is actually only a really good team fight, which isn't all that hard with Darkseer to set things up for you. With Death Prophet ultimate. It's not like there is no damage available or that there is a struggle with hard initiation. The problem is just doing it right against a team which expects it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, good kill on the Sven there with the Weaver Desolator. Death Prophet ultimate committed. Ice Blast committed. Retribution just gonna melt. That's him down. This could be the initiation they've been looking for. Venomancer probably about to go down as well here. Yep. Did put some damage over time onto everyone, but not all that important. Baba Yaga meanwhile doing some ratting, forcing out fortification there with a lot of DPS. At least with those Fiery Soul stacks up. And that was a really good fight for Evos. Helping swing the net worth around, keeping it in check. It's still not quite perfect, but another one fight like this, and it's gonna open a couple of objectives. The Roche can potentially be back in 5 minutes from now, so if Evos just play a slow game, focus on pickoffs, and then put everything on that one fight initiation just before the Roche, it should be fine. I mean, that seems like the best win condition here. Or at least, you know, comeback condition for a 10k gold lead. Get a good AoE initiation going. Go get Roche. And then with Roche you can actually push in insanely fast because Weaver got Desolator. Death Prophet ultimate, of course. That could be a lane of Rex if it's played right.
A golden thread.
And that's just a dead Lina. Completely perfect gank there by Evos on a Lina. Meanwhile, on the middle lane, we got a counter smoke rotation. As a support squad for farming Sven, who's now gonna go for an Orchid. Interesting choice. I mean, either he goes Orchid because he actually wants the silence, or for that kind of all-around situational build.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Darkseer managing to do some ratting of his own, meanwhile, and The middle tower. If Evos can protect that for a while, it could potentially keep them in the game. Because Mongolz, they are ahead, but if we look at the last couple of minutes, they've been falling off again. They've been falling off at quite an alarming rate.
Money to burn.
I'll take your tribute.
Okay, so 4-man rotation onto the top lane, where Sand King just trying to do some ratting. Can he somehow get out? Okay, he might be able to. It's just gonna be fine. They spot him last second. Meanwhile, Anti-Apparition not so fine. Jakiro there with the Yule setting up for a good kill. And Baba Yaga even almost had that kill. That would have been really nice to have for the Lina there, but still Bloodstone charge gained. That's what it's all about. It looks like the stream is now completely annexed by Russia. Reminds me of a certain Ukrainian place I know of. I mean a Russian place nowadays.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has been denied.
So we were getting the deny on the middle tower there, which means there is the potential for Mongolz to now siege Evos into their own base. Could be quite a big risk to take.
Yes.
Okay, and with that, we're just gonna be waiting for a while here. Not a whole lot going on. Proxy might get killed off here. Okay, if they can keep him stun locked up, he's definitely dead. Yep. No way of getting away. Meanwhile, let's see. Okay, Roche timing. Kinda gonna be screwy here, but Mongolz, they seem to be confident enough to just wait around the Roche pit. And Evos, they're still kind of struggling under the pressure here. Doing a lot better, but they still need a big objective. They still need a good team fight. Death Prophet is kind of falling off while that Weaver's coming online, so that's kind of mediocre. You want the most damage you can get. It's either now or level 25 from the Death Prophet, where you can actually try to make something happen. After that, you're slowly but surely gonna see the Death Prophet fall off. Total DPS output getting reduced bit by bit. Meanwhile, the Lina going for a Shivas as well. Okay, Tuhoi just went down on the top lane to a Sven ultimate. Got caught. Roche is up now, and I do believe Mongolz know about this. So they can just go up in that pit, kill off the big man, and steal his cheese. So, Sand King getting killed off here. Okay. That's a good one, and it looks like the redding I was just about to talk about from Evil is gonna stop. At least temporarily. And Sven, how are you doing? Great on items, great on gold net worth. Lina, same here. Venomancer, gonna go get some of the big tools to get spell damage in now. Weaver is really well fed here. Everything considered. The problem isn't his GPM, the problem aren't his items, the problem is that Weaver and Death Prophet power curve, they don't overlap that much. Weaver, he now wants to fight, he couldn't really get that much value from the Desolate because of the Sven, and now has to, you know, go late game. Of course is where Death Prophet skills, I don't want to say poorly, but still is limited by several factors. Meanwhile, Sandkey gonna go down to the Weaver here. Weaver just BKB and out of there. 10-second BKB, but going down there would be fatal. The Lina is really scary. So, it is a good pickoff. Might not be game winning, but anything to buy Evos time, to give Evos a chance to make some play. It looks like their play will be a push.
A golden plate. Haste.
Okay. Evos, I wonder what their plan here is. Do they want to try and bait somebody out to defend and try to go for a vacuum wall initiation? Yeah, Evos, they didn't quite take the initiative there, so now they're just gonna be forced to teleport people back to base to defend their own base. I thought they could at least get a tier 2 tower outfit, but they don't want to lose this game, and they know exactly that their fate might be sealed any minute here. So, Team Mongolz smoking up.
Radiant are scanning.
Okay, everybody just grouped up on the mid lane, and screw being invis when you can actually apply pressure to your opponent's base.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Top tower taking a bit of damage there. Evos still, I mean Evos, they're just waiting for a moment for Darkseer to do his thing. He's got a blink dagger to enable it, and Mongolz, they do know that, which is why they're pushing so damn carefully, not taking any unnecessary risks here. Top tier 2 went down to a catapult wave. But yeah, it looks like this is just gonna be a slow siege unless Evos do something to stop it. And Mongolz, after they, well, I don't want to say get destroyed, but after they had a hard game yesterday, they are doing their sincerest best to come back into this game in a really careful manner, not taking any risks. Because that's kind of how they lost so hard yesterday. They kept taking risks, they kept taking fight, would always say, okay, we can go again, let's give it another try. And this time around, it's pretty much the exact opposite. Here, where they could have at least, you know, tried to let Lina hit the tower a couple of times, Everybody's just sitting back so disciplined. Venom Ward's gonna be our only damage. We don't wanna... And maybe Jakiro. We don't wanna lose heroes. We don't wanna risk the lives of heroes. Baba Yaga did get spotted there by the Weaver. Forced to BKB here.
Dire are scanning.
Okay, and I mean at this point the game is pretty much decided unless Evos get the initiation off. It's just gonna be the same story all over again, with Mongolz pushing in really conservatively, not risking any really big heroes. Fireboy just doing some scouting there, but
I'll take
right now this game's kind of quiet here, as Evos, they're mostly just sitting around their base, sometimes showing their heads for very shortly. And let's take a look at items here. So Reggie bought a Midas, which he bought really early on, but right now it's so helpful. It's just, you know, gonna help you snowball your net worth individually as well as compared to the enemy team. Proxy sitting on a value aghanims, just kind of, what to spend all this money on, which is still somewhat useful.
invisibility.
Baba Yaga going for a bit of a hybrid Lina here with the Chivas, and now gonna go into crits. I wonder if it's gonna be big crits or a second Bloodthorn. Sven sitting at the Bloodthorn, BKB, Echo Saber, and Blink Dagger. Now it looks like Evos finally took the big step of leaving their base. The question is just, can they get something out of it? Will they get killed? Or, I mean, if they just get to leave their base, farm the map for a bit, you know, that rare and hard-earned map farm, it would be fine. But look at that, Roche now getting completely nuked down. And if that's a Roche, just imagine how long enemy heroes will last. Yeah, exactly, not very long.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
Okay, and Mongolz, they don't even want to push in yet. They don't even want to take any big risks or make anything happen if they don't know how to do it exactly. They do want a good plan, and so far it's been paying off. Okay, and tower gonna go down. There's the big initiation with a perfect vacuum. Baba Yaga gonna go down here, and it looks like Reggie in trouble as well. However, Retribution, he's still big. Maybe he can get something out of this, or he's just gonna run. Okay, we landed that Aegis Blink Dagger combo there to try and save his life. Meanwhile, Baba Yaga on the Lina bot back, and Sven cannot get out of there. Perfectly timed stun, perfectly timed everything. He's just gonna go down. Baba Yaga might... Okay, it has to be really careful here. A dieback would be fatal. Not taking all that much damage from the Weaver, but... It's... Jeez! The turn, the stun misses. Okay, no insta-kill on the Weaver. Instead, Baba Yaga still in a lot of trouble now. Gonna go down again. Dieback.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Oh, Mongolz played... See, this is the problem with Mongolz. This is why they lost 2-0 yesterday. This is their one struggle. They tend to go a bit overconfident. They get impatient. And they played really disciplined here. But they still got impatient and they just lost the Lina twice in a row. They're still ahead net worth wise, and now a really good kill on the Weaver there as well. But Weaver just gonna buy back and ult himself bit. That's an interesting interaction. Buying back, ulting yourself back into the fight to kill off the Sand King and go and try to push the enemy base. Sand King now buying back as well, forced to. But
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, Evos, they are in a really good spot. Still, they don't have the Death Prophet ultimate available yet, so this push isn't gonna be the insanely fast one. Just a decent pace, you know, of getting a tier 3, getting to work on the Medivacs. They almost got him. Now the Venomancer there to show his face. Weaver's huge. Burrow strike to slow the two down, and Medivacs have been gotten here for Evos, so now Evos can afford to play the long game, the slow game a while longer.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
What surge is this?
And let's take a look at that gold swing. It's a pretty big one of about 8k or something. And Evos, for all we know, they might be able to do the same thing once again. Lina still has buyback down, but so does the Weaver now. That buyback was a really interesting one. Buying back, pressing ultimate to get back in the fight and killing off the Sand King. It wasn't so much about the Sand King kill as about applying pressure and about getting an objective done, and they managed to pull it off. And now the game is actually kind of on equal footing again. I mean, Sven has buyback. Sven is pretty big, but he doesn't deal that much damage. That's his main struggle. He does not have that much damage output, even with ultimate. Bye boy. Man fighting there, but he is gonna be the winner of that man fight. Meanwhile, Death Prophet proccing the ultimate and then teleporting into the bottom lane where Baba Yaga is forced to kind of sit back because of that buyback committed already. And look at the Death Prophet or Death Prophet thingies going ham. Ghosts. Now good epicenter there onto the Death Prophet, but Facehugger, he's still going full ham. Okay, that's the Death Prophet ultimate, so only a tier 3 tower. I mean, only is kind of between quotation marks here. But Evos, just before their time's kind of running out and the Death Prophet is kind of gonna fall off, they're actually able to put a lot of use in. I mean, Death Prophet it's not even that big of a priority to kill her or anything. So sitting at 3,000 health with, you know, 32 armor. It's not like Death Prophet is a big priority except for the ultimate. If there is no Death Prophet ultimate, okay, Silence can be a nuisance. Soul Siphon deals percentage based damage, but it's not like you're, oh shit, a Death Prophet, let's focus her. Who you have to focus is the Weaver, but the Weaver is, well, BKB Lincoln, I think that says it all. He's good at getting away, he's good at weaving through the fight, getting hits and left and right. And while this game is at stalemate, I think I'm just gonna check on items. Let's see if there's anything I forgot about. Evil is pretty, somewhat fed actually. Reggie went for a sheep stick here, so does have at least one important tool to control the fight up. That Midas reprinted him a lot of money. And I mean, the longer the game goes, the more money the Midas is gonna print. That's kind of how it works. Proxy went for a Dagon, which is an interesting choice. And yeah, other than that, nothing all that important come out in terms of new items. Roche down to 2 minutes respawn timer, so once the Roche is gonna respawn, we're gonna see a pretty big fight erupt. Then both teams are kind of being forced to fight. Right now, game is somewhat even. Mongolz did manage to get more farm altogether, but Evos, they're not gonna get camped in, they're not gonna be pressured on.
Invisibility.
That's exact.
Sven now has the Assault Curse for the next fight. Might be really useful for getting a quick Roche as well. And Sven gonna go in there, gonna get a kill on Earthshake before any big spells come out from the Earthshake. Earthshake does have buyback. There's the Vacuum Wall combo. And not quite on as many heroes as you probably would have liked. Sven still going ham. Fireboy still alive, however. Facehugger Spirit going ham. And now instead it's gonna be the Sven turned on. Sven gonna go down. Death Prophet immediately teleporting out to the bottom lane. Gonna try and force more objectives here. Venomancer forced to buyback, and Facehugger's like, okay, my job's done here. Peace. Buyback committed. Fireboy, however, they caught him. He went kinda greedy there. After that fight had ended, he had to go back in again. That's a dieback for him. 2 minutes without the Weaver means this roast is now gonna be highly contestable for both teams again. And Roche is up.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Meanwhile, the map's gonna get opened up here a bit, you know, allowing the Roche attempt to go somewhat smoothly. There's still 60 seconds or 60 seconds death timer. Yeah, 60 seconds death timer on the Weaver. Meanwhile, it looks like Death Prophet has other things in mind than fight around the Roche pit. Just split pushing out the bottom lane a little bit. Roche, not quite as fast without Sven, but okay. We got Darkseer going in, Fishy onto 2. Death Prophet with the ultimate now coming into that fight as well. Slowing everybody up with the Shiva's Guard, getting hexed up, but doesn't really matter all that much. Is out of danger now with all of those spirits flying around, and in comes the Sven. And it looks like Sven with the cleave damage. Cleave down the Roche. Baba Yaga got the Aegis, and Sven got a double kill. Well, no, Senki took one of the last swift damage over time, but effectively it's a double kill. Baba Yaga just gonna run into Death Prophet. just gonna get a second chance to kill off the Death Prophet, and Death Prophet gonna go down here. Cleaned off the map, now Ancient Apparition gonna go down. It looks like Mongolz, it looked like they threw there for a while, but did manage to make a really solid comeback now. Aren't gonna push in though. Weaver is scary, this entire lineup is scary. Okay, forcing out a couple of... Oh no, here we go again with the slow siege. We've seen it before, and I think we're gonna see that again. Not the fastest way to get a base down, but it's still a way to get a base down. Okay, see, that's more like it. Sven running in there. We were trying to poke him away, but suddenly has to discover that this Sven here is strong as hell. Venom Ward's going ham. Lina machine gun.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And it looks like Mongolz, they're just gonna continue to push. Sven ultimate committed there as well. 5 hitting the range drags here. Retribution destroying on the BKB. Able to get out of there. They would have loved to get one more lane of Rex, get the Megas, finish this game. Not quite able to do so. Fissure is gonna connect on Reggie. Reggie managing to get out of there. Everybody's delta split up. Fireboy is running in there looking for a kill. He will find one onto Proxy, it seems. But look at that long range burst strike, ice path, and they're just gonna get away. That's how you get away with taking 2 lanes of Rax up against the entire enemy team. Well played and excellently positioned from Mongolz, and it looks like the position they're in right now is kind of the reward. They do need one more push, one more good push. They might want to wait the roast. They might want to try to just, you know, have Sven Blink in there, proc ultimate, proc BKB, and cleave down the bottom lane Rax. I wonder which approach they're gonna take. I don't think it's gonna matter all that much though. And Lina has arrived at the point where it's just like, okay, time to buy a couple of luxury items.
I deserve this.
Haste.
Okay, so another really big issue for Evos is that like this Death Prophet isn't gonna increase in terms of power that much anymore. Hard to kill. The ultimate is a real pain in the butt, but that's about it. It's not like you're actually like, oh no, a Death Prophet, shit, we're screwed. It's just like, okay, Death Prophet. We should deal with her, but let's focus the Weaver first, or let's focus X-Hero first. And, you know, a lot of cores have that issue, that they fall in position where they are still a core. They do still do a lot of work in the team fights. They're just not a priority anymore. They're not that scary anymore. And Weaver kind of helping to balance that out, but compare Weaver to Sven. And then you kind of see where I'm getting at here.
Ability.
Okay, so they go with an Ice Path initiation here.
Is under attack.
Not quite a perfect follow-up or anything. Reggie gonna live for now, and Sven with the big ultimate. Blyku dead. The anti-deprivation too high, gonna go down, and a Vil gonna go down. Meanwhile, Weaver, he did get a dieback on the Venomancer, but look at that. Facehugger just gonna be able to teleport out there with the BKB. Can they get Weaver though? And Weaver's still alive with a bit of help. They know where he went. Yes, I do think somebody has a suspicion at least. Okay, Weaver's gonna live. That's Sven Ultimate definitely making a lot happen. And see, this is the issue. You cannot really man fight anymore. You cannot really throw damage into damage and feed against feed and stand a fair chance, you know? You can't just say, oh, you got big items, so do I. Let's man fight this out till the end. Sven getting focused by 4 there, but still gonna live just barely there. That must have been pretty scary for Sven. Weaver's not quite gonna take down. Very close though. And that's gonna be Sankey going down. Sven, meanwhile, would love to get a heal right about now. But he's stuck around. He's still... Okay, there's the heal. Mmm, delicious cheese. Not only delicious, but also probably game winning here. Okay, so Retribution with the BKB is gonna come on in. Sankey comes on in as well, killing off the Weaver here. Retribution now on the run, as 5-second BKB isn't quite enough to make anything happen, and he's gonna go down. Has buyback available though. Ice Path coming in. Jakiro still trying to get away. Can he manage to live somehow here, or is this gonna be another comeback? It's not gonna be a complete comeback, since Sven got buyback of course, but it does look like this could be another super clutch play.
Who turned up the heat?
And this Weaver just has huge damage output right about now. Is gonna go for Satanic here. I wonder which item he'll replace. Probably his boots, because, you know, Weaver. But we're gonna go back to the quiet game once again, guys. For the 5th or 6th time that I say this already.
Illusion. Thank you, my beauties.
So it looks like Evos, they do want to try to contest. They do want to try to push out a lane and force a fight, which they can potentially win. But it's still such a big risk against Sven, so looks like they're gonna walk top instead. Okay, Epicenter. Once again, not quite doing a lot. That's the issue with BKB. And Sand King is just gonna go down there. Does have buyback. Is down for 2 minutes. But I mean, that's one of the bigger problems with the Epicenter. It's still really good. Still deals a lot of damage, but it's not like you can. It's not like you can press BKB during it. Sand King went for the full one-shot build here. And it's now gonna go Sheepstick. That Sheepstick on the Weaver might be really damn important soon. During the next big fight, I mean. Roche about to respawn in 25 seconds, maybe a little bit less even. And that is one juicy objective to get there.
I know how to handle such power.
Also, chat, Evos don't have any stand-ins. Officially, Facehugger's standing in, but Facehugger has been playing with them the entire cup, so... I don't think any of these count as stand-ins for Team Evos here. Okay, Jakiro got found by the Death Prophet and getting slowed up. Death Prophet ultimate committed there. They just want to go now. They know they can. Roche is up, so that might become priority in the near future. Meanwhile, however, the base looks way juicier. All those spirits flying in and doing work. Death Prophet ultimate not lasting much longer here, but could potentially still be enough for one more range exit at the very least. Okay, one more range exit is not even quite yet, but Evos did play it safe, and they can now go for Roche if they know it's up. Looks like both teams are kind of thrown off by the early Roche spawn, as this big, giant potentially game-winning objective just lies there uncontested. And Retribution, he gets caught! He wanted to sneak a Roche, instead he gets killed off. Okay, not quite yet. BKB keeping him alive for the time being. Meanwhile, on the back line there, now everybody's gonna fight. Okay, Retribution is just dead. Can they get more onto maybe Baba Yaga? Would be a great kill. Okay, Fissure will connect. No chance of follow-up stun, but Evil is gonna come on in. Doesn't have the detection up yet. Okay, so Baba Yaga managed to juke out of there. The Sven went down, might be forced to buy back here if you don't want to give free Roche to Evos. Okay, so that's just a complete free Roche. It did take them a while, even with the Bloodthorn, but okay, meanwhile Facehugger doing some pushing there, got the refresh orb up, is gonna take a good deal of damage from front lining there, but with the ultimate available, should be healing up quite a couple of times. And now Sven is back, but Facehugger playing it really carefully. Just proccing the BKB. Once any kind of big objective does have the refresh orb anyway, so BKB can get refreshed now. There we go, Death Prophet proccing the refresh. It's gonna drop low health, but not quite low health enough. It's just gonna be Darkseer dropping for now, and look at that. So many spirits flying about, but they don't really do all that much anymore. That's a dead Venomancer now. Reggie, however, does have buyback. And that was double Death Prophet ultimate. Still 2 lanes of Rex standing for the Radiant, whereas the Dire are still holding on to this bottom lane. That's pretty much all they got to keep themselves in the game. So the thing is, only one 2-man pickup without buyback is gonna be able to finish the game here for Mongolz, and it's not gonna be that hard to get a play like that going.
Explosion.
Money to burn.
Okay, so it looks like we got Mongolz. They do want to push, but they kind of want to... I mean, they've learned how to play disciplined after losing due to their over-aggression and then almost giving Evos a comeback due to their over-aggression, but it's not going to be that easy.
Dire's bottom shroud has fallen.
We are meanwhile 70 minutes in the game. This is just the first game. Let's hope the third game doesn't go too long, because I got a train to catch. That wasn't even a German joke, by the way. You know, trains and stuff. Nah, I seriously gonna go on vacation right after this game. Since the thing is, we got the next season of ProDotA Cup. I know we're just in the semi-finals of this season, but the next season of ProDotA Cup is gonna start on the 8th of next month. So, about 10 days of break time. No, actually, well, 9 days of break time. So tomorrow's the finals of Southeast Asia, then we get 9 days where you guys can, you know, watch other stuff than Dota, and then we got more tournament for you. And that means I got about 8 days to waste all my hard-earned casting money, so I'm going to the Netherlands. Just thought I'd share that.
I deserve this.
What surge is this?
Dire on scanning.
And it looks like it's still gonna be Evos taking the initiative here in this 70-minute game. Death Prophet. This build, see, this is my issue with Death Prophet. This is why I don't like the hero that much. You're sitting at 5.6k health with Refresher Orb, with a Shivas and an Octarine Core, but still it's not like everybody is afraid of you. I think you're the most scary to the buildings, but it looks like Evos, they do want to try and finish these buildings. However now, okay, that's gonna be the Aegis on the Weaver committed. Meanwhile, Facehugger taking a lot of damage from the Lina here. Baba Yaga just going full machine gun on him. That's Facehugger dead for the first time. Buying back, Refresher Orb teleporting in there, getting ready for a fight. Now both Retribution as well as Baba Yaga have bought back as well. Can the Radiant hold their base here? Now trying to go for a good epicenter play, but nah. I mean, the thing I like about Proxy's build here is he faces the epicenter alone isn't gonna be a whole lot. So he instead goes for a burst damage plus utility build. Especially that heat stick is great. But now one more fight. Facehugger going in there with the Death Prophet ultimate. Sven gonna cleave at Ancient Apparition here, but everybody bought armor to deal with him. Meanwhile, Fireboy got a kill onto Proxy on the backline of that fight. Blyko's still alive. Can he somehow stay alive though? Meanwhile, look at that damage with the Weaver actually right-clicking. Sankey gonna go down. Retribution already dieback for 2 minutes. No Sven. And it's Baba Yaga against the world right now. The Death Prophet ultimate is over. That already was the second one, so... that entire fight just for range strikes, guys. Just for one range strike. People hoping the game will go for 3 rounds. You just don't want me to have a good vacation trip, guys. Don't be mean.
Radiant's top barracks
I've casted like 280 hours in this season. I need to, you know, take at least 3 days off. The 3 days of vacation I do get. Meanwhile, top Medirex are down, bottom Medirex are down. Baba Yaga not gonna try to defend that, as everyone from Evos is alive, and that's gonna be an attempt to push down the Ancient here. Death Prophet ultimate gonna be up just after that fortification as well, so that's some really convenient timing, and And it looks like the other mid tower is now gonna go down. There we are. Okay. Attempt to defend this from Reggie here, as well as Proxy, everyone except for Sven pretty much. But yeah, the except for Sven part is kind of annoying. Still, we got 2 people already going down. Baba Yaga laying down the damage. Reggie as well, starting to actually hurt. But look at that, Ancient got down there by the Death Prophet ultimate. I completely forgot to pay attention to that Ancient, and that's gonna conclude game number 1. At best, we got 2 more games in this best of 3, the last game of the semis here. Tomorrow is gonna be the finals, but I won't be catching this. Also, chat, why should I go to Vegas? I'm not a good gambler. The only gambler.
We can shine in a crowd, we never hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds. We got nothing to lose, I know the time is right. Let us light up the fuse. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know we're perfect, you and I. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't giving up without a fight. What I feel, I know it's right. Let us detonate tonight.